Hi, so haunted locations, video number 3 in the series is San Gabriel, California, and it is 423 East Grand, and excuse me, in San Gabriel. So I've just been shuffling. And I will be providing, of course, a shot from Google Street Maps of the home. Let's see what we got. I get a sip of coffee and clear my throat. Oh. All right, and this deck is the Manga Tarot, in case you're curious. I'll be using also the Common Threads Oracle by Marie Palmer. So starting out with the Manga Tarot and focusing on 423 East Grand in San Gabriel, that little home. Pretty unassuming looking. What does it yield? What story does that home have to tell? What energy is yet hooked into that location? What can we pick up? All right, let's see what the cards want to say. All right, well, we get the 7 of Pentacles. And this is about rebuilding, restructuring, reorganizing your life, sorting it out, making a change of plans as things go along. It's, toward a goal, tending to your life. And sometimes it means that in looking at the details, you realize that you have to change, that you want to change some things. And so there is cognizantly working on that aspect that shows up for that environment, that location. And it has balance. It's talking about wanting to do this in order to bring balance to one's life. So it is a place of where somebody was wanting to perhaps have a fresh start. But it looks like they were looking to bring more harmony and more balance into their life. Okay? We get the King of Coins. So there's a King of Pentacles. We're getting an adult male, likely of an earth sign or kind of a trait. Hardworking, typically, or sometimes if ill-dignified, quite the opposite. It can be lazy. But I don't think so in this case, because it shows with this card, this pentacle activity, it feels like it's linked to him. And it looks like he went through some either heartbreak or illness, some sort of separation. This could be divorce. I feel like there was separation, painful, and maybe sometimes it's not just one. It can be like you can have a divorce and be having health problems, so on and so forth. But this is definitely like getting that feeling of like after heartbreak from to do with the man, or it could be the male that's feeling this heartbreak. There is starting over and rebuilding your life. You have to rebuild it. reprioritize. And there's heartbreak. I'm shown an adult male. And like divorce, love affair, heartbreak. There can be illness, like I said. Let's just see what the other cards want to say. We're getting about developing education or skills, maybe in going back. When we come under this revamp here of life, we see, yeah, somebody that was definitely rebuilding their life. Consciously made effort. Yeah. And to really try to express themselves in a more balanced way. That was needed, it shows, with the Magician. And I think they were trying to do that as they lived there. There was a need of help. And it may be, again, in connection to a male of Pentacles here, an adult male of Pentacles, or he may have needed help. Because I just see, I see a creative potential in him, but I see that there is also here, there is some real wounded aspect that's really concerning, and especially when I see that this is like this person, this is the card saying this person needed outside help. This person needed someone to step in and be really much more active than many times people are willing to just do, out of fear of stepping on other people's boundaries, but also having to be responsible for someone else. I feel like there's some issue here of help, of needing to ask maybe even a particular person for help, or a particular person, this male, needed to ask for help. Regardless, I'm seeing that activity picks up energy around a broken heart, energy that is like an illness of just feeling broken. Let's see. Again, here we have a card of a denial sometimes. And hopefully that in this case it was a thoughtful step of looking back. But let's just see. There is something here. We're getting the two of that thing where we get the two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. There's some energy that is going back and forth here, and some instability potentially, because we're being flagged about stability from the very start, that somebody was trying to stabilize their life and take charge, I feel like, but there was an instability that they were dealing with, and I'm feeling like it just feels like a very deep wound within them that they needed to ask for help for. And I feel like they didn't perhaps get that help because there's this feeling of spinning your wheels, more or less, of not getting that help to move forward. and we have a King of Wands. So this to me is another, there could have been an issue between two men here. Or where there's two men in this picture. And I think one perhaps needing to ask another for help, and it being too pained to do so, or perhaps being rejected. But I'm feeling that they end up feeling like they are denied or being played with. Like someone is, like they've asked someone for help. I'm thinking maybe this individual here, this King of Pentacles, they're not feeling like they're getting help with regard to him or something. They're feeling like they've got to be in a different place to move on past someone. But here, I'm feeling like there's some trickery going on that one doesn't quite see. Okay, I just have to give you my impressions. And it feels like there was a possible either illness or love triangle. There's just but it's a personal wounding, deep wounding. Could it be between brothers or father and son? Quite possibly, but I'm not clear. I'm not being given really the identity, what the relationship is. But I'm shown definitely a adult male initially here, and we're shown somebody that's having a heartbreak, or there's a lot of heartbreak pain associated, connected to a King of Pentacles, and somebody's trying to rebuild their life. So it feels like perhaps a relationship that's soured, and maybe this is somebody that's been through a divorce or something along these lines, or separated or estranged. That comes into view with these cards, and they're trying to work on bringing their life more into balance, but I feel like it's a lot of inner work. It shows right here a lot of inner work of trying to sincerely bring into balance parts of oneself where you need to communicate with the Magician, so on and so forth, and learning how, I think, also to communicate better as a person, and make things better. Then I see something here where there's heartache and there's activity that picks up, and there's a King of Wands. So let me just pull a few more from this different oracle. There's speed, and there's a father figure attached. Okay, some kind of quickening. Possibilities, potential. But there's a shadow. So I'm being shown, I think, there's definitely the energy of a father there as well. But in this case, this man, I feel like, had a great deal of gifts. But I'm feeling like he had some kind of shadow aspect to his nature that made these possibilities perhaps only shadows and never manifest, and for some reason. But let's just see what the other... Again, this was a family home or home. I'm getting the star. I really feel like somebody was trying to heal from, I think, a difficult relationship, after being wounded, feeling very wounded. There is a need for attention in this house. The father needs attention. And maybe too much. Yes, it's saying it. And there's a great deal of frustration in this. In this person's need for attention. It just seems like their shadow side had a strong pull, and they were trying to, I think, kind of purge that part of themselves from the looks of the cards. So I feel like maybe there was somebody that was dumping a lot, they were trying to process, it looks like to me, a lot of things that they needed to let go of. Maybe that caused them a lot of pain in their life, and vice versa, all of that. But I'm feeling like they may have kind of contaminated the if you will, the energy a bit of the place. Sometimes this can happen. People can kind of, maybe this is a situation where somebody's kind of dumping their shadow energy, or they're not very mindful of their own the intensity, with what they're kind of putting out in an environment. So I'm getting immense frustration here, and that they didn't feel seen, that they didn't feel like they got enough attention. Okay. We're looking at a marriage and a domestic situation where there were real wounds, then too, where there's needing for forgiveness and healing. And a marriage, I've just got the words where people were coming from wounded places from their past, their own past, and bringing these wounds into a marriage, and it just was really toxic, is what I'm feeling now. Some kind of change regarding the father, or I feel like a man, again, may have come to realize, may have had an epiphany, if you will, and thought to change, try to change. Some kind of real change with him. Having gratitude or not having gratitude. There was maybe a denial of gratitude. Just a lack, could not express, where he couldn't express. I feel like this man went through a significant change where he was really toxically masculine. He needed to change, and he may have in time, where before he had been much more inhibited of showing gratitude or kindness. because I almost feel that the message, I feel that the message here is that this father figure would have seen at some point that, or believed that to show that gratitude, gentleness, calmness, all these, just letting, being more relaxed, basically, being more chill, as being vulnerable. This was a very uptight man, I'm getting. And I think it's possible that at some point he, later in life, after losing family or going through divorce or separation or estrangement, realized that he denied, or there was a lot of denial with this father figure of being able to express anything other than a certain manner that he felt comfortable with. It just looks like other feelings made him feel insecure, as where masculinity had been. There's journey and compassion, about having more compassion. There's saying that there needs to be more compassion for people and what they experience in life. Not always being a hard ass. Not always, there needs to be more empathy in how you live your life for other people. That about what you do, and that you should, part of your journey is growing in compassion. It is to grow into compassion. And it's harder to grow, he's saying, I'm getting into compassion if you are denying it as being anything of value. And so I'm really feeling like there was a man here that definitely at some point that was trying to shed a toxic perspective, a yucky mantle of belief. Very frustrating. I'm going to see what else I get. So I get a father figure. Again, I feel estrangement. I feel like there was married people that were there, but I feel like there was a situation of, again, somebody kind of controlling the environment about how you can, what is permissible to act out or to show, to reflect, making sure I don't mix my card decks, which I'm starting to do. Definitely here. I want to just throw a few more cards out of this Oracle deck down on this, so I'm going to just clear these cards away. With the Manga Tarot. And okay, a cycle of peace after there was sorrow. Speaking truth. I feel that somebody definitely paid for a hard truth. They paid for speaking the truth. There's sorrow around that. But I think this goes for a need for peace, to bring peace to, I think, a situation, to bring it full circle, whatever that means. There's the need to be able to speak about what happened, to have peace. And this is space. To me, this is also kind of like time, allowing time. So that wisdom, I think, can guide one to look at this cycle of time. And there's nurturing, from a more nurturing, and where you're going to get more nurturing with regard to a sorrowful truth. So we get space, wisdom, nurture, sight. I do feel like the place is like asking for healing. But I feel that there was someone there that may have paid a price or there was someone connected to them that did, and there is sorrow for it. And I feel like there was a lot this person was trying to process after a significant end cycle of their, went on in their life. There's spiritual guidance and joy. So this energy, to me, it doesn't feel rough here. It feels like there is something about spiritual teaching and happiness, about happiness, being happy, and about expressing yourself, coming out and being able to be yourself in the world without worry of somebody attacking you, or feel like, where you don't feel so vulnerable to express yourself. This is, being spiritually guided to do that and heal and make a radical change. There is death here. And I don't know, there may have been someone that in passing is still trying to encourage the message of you need to be able to be who you are in the world. And to be able to express yourself and not have someone make you feel threatened for if you don't express yourself in a certain distinct way. I feel like somebody's father was really kind of problematic in this way. And really, I feel like there was a man there that was dealing with some toxic masculinity. He was trying to shed it and trying to come out and be who he was. And I feel like there's some kind of end. Yeah, trying to teach about being open about who you are and not letting people make you feel like you can't be who you are. The sun. That's definitely the message, and that you should just go, with the flow of your being. You shouldn't feel like someone's got to stifle you and channel you up in a certain way. You should, it should feel natural. Something about this message. And to do with childhood. Going back to childhood. And I feel like the message is that from childhood somebody was made to feel like there was only a certain way that they could express themselves, and it was really strict, and it was unforgiving, and it had an effect on a man. I see. Says there was I think it created just a delay of a lot of their life, that they may have just kept busy rather than freeing themselves to be who they were in some way. There's healing here. Healing and resilience. I definitely, again, I get somebody that really, again, overcame illness or hardship of some kind, and where they really felt stuck. And they had to learn to let go, is what I get. They had to learn to let go, and not their message is not try to be something that you're not, just be who you are. So let me know if that makes any sense. This is kind of what I'm getting, you know, and there's a message of be careful what you wish for, the trickster. It can be like somebody that you think is what you need or what you want. Not sure. But change and reclaim your power. Don't let other people stifle who you are and your self-expression. There is this message over and over again in connection to that property. So I'm very curious to see what the viewer who asked for this is going to be able to relate. I really feel that there's strong masculine. I get a lot of masculine energy in that place. And I pick up 2 men in particularly. All right? But one, like, there's father energy there. It's interesting. So, I hope you are enjoying this haunted location, or read the location at the very least, the energy of the place and what's connected there. And we find out what the cards say is there, you know, what it picks up, what they pick up. Please feel free to post in that section, or where you want me to look at, if you haven't already. It's easier if we keep it all in one post in the community tab section, rather than here and there. Otherwise, I can miss a request. So let's just put your request in at the proper post in the community tab section for haunted location request. So thumbs up if you like this. Make sure you're subscribed, and please do share. I am a struggling channel, especially with this new algorithm. All right. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.